Look at the Great Pyramid. Now go back in time twice, as long as the pyramids have even existed. You've just arrived at Göbekli Tepe, a 12,000-year-old site that mainstream history says is physically impossible. Massive stone pillars arranged in perfect geometric circles, carved with animals that went extinct before civilization even began. The problem? It was built 7,000 years before Stonehenge by people who shouldn't have even had the wheel. This is a place that shouldn't exist, yet it's standing right in front of us. In 1964, archaeologists saw these hills and dismissed them as a medieval cemetery. They were wrong. It took 30 years for Klaus Schmidt to realize the hills weren't natural. They were man-made. Buried beneath the dirt were 20-ton T-shaped pillars. But here's the part that will keep you up at night. The site wasn't lost or covered by time. It was deliberately buried. 10,000 years ago, someone spent as much effort hiding this place as they did building it. The question now is, what were they afraid we'd find? Let's talk about the age problem. Radiocarbon dating puts this site at 9600 BCE. To put that in perspective, according to your history books, humans back then were simple hunter-gatherers. No cities, no writing, no metal tools. Yet whoever built this possessed high-level engineering and social organization that we didn't think appeared for another 6 millennia. Either the history books are wrong, or we've forgotten a massive chapter of the human story. The craftsmanship here isn't primitive, it's elite. We're talking 18-foot tall pillars decorated with 3D high-relief carvings of lions, scorpions, and vultures. These aren't just drawings, they are symbolic codes. Some of these stones were hauled from quarries hundreds of feet away. How do simple nomads move a 20-ton block without a single road or pulley? The math simply doesn't add up. Here's the biggest mystery. Where did they live? Archaeologists have searched for miles. There are no houses, no hearths, no trash heaps, no signs of a city to support the thousands of workers needed to build this. It's a temple with no worshippers, a cathedral in the middle of a desert. This suggests Göbekli Tepe wasn't a place to live, it was a place to gather. This site flips the entire timeline of civilization on its head. We used to believe agriculture came first, then cities, then religion. But Göbekli Tepe proves the opposite. The temple came first. The need to gather for rituals likely what forced humans to settle down and invent farming just to feed the workers. In a very real sense, religion didn't come from civilization. Civilization came from religion. Is it a temple or is it a warning? Look at the Vulture Stone. Some researchers believe these symbols aren't just art, they are an astronomical record. They appear to depict a specific date, 10,150 BCE. That is the exact window when scientists believe a massive comet fragment struck Earth, triggering a 200-year mini-ice age known as the Younger Dryas. If the Vulture Stone is a record of a cataclysm, it means the builders were survivors. They weren't just starting civilization. They were trying to preserve the knowledge of a world that had just been destroyed. This would explain the obsession with the stars and the precision of the stone. It was a time capsule meant to outlast a disaster. The pillars aren't just placed randomly. They align with the stars, specifically the constellation Orion and the North Star. To track these movements, you need an understanding of the precession of the equinoxes, a 26,000-year cycle. If hunter-gatherers knew this, they were better scientists than we are today, with all our technology. Now we get to the strangest fact of all. Around 8,000 BCE, the people who used this site did something unthinkable. They didn't abandon it, they buried it. They used hundreds of tons of clean dirt to perfectly seal the enclosures. Why? To protect it? Or were they trying to bury the memory of what happened here? Whatever the reason, it worked. It stayed hidden for 10,000 years. Is Göbekli Tepe the smoking gun for a lost advanced civilization? A culture that lived through the Ice Age, mastered the stars, and then vanished, leaving only these stones behind. It feels less like a beginning and more like a final message from a world that was about to be forgotten. Here's the most mind-blowing part. Everything we've talked about comes from only 5% of the site. Ground-penetrating radar shows at least 20 more circular enclosures still buried deep underground. We have barely scratched the surface of the truth. What lies in those unexcavated pits could rewrite every single thing we know about being human. The truth is, we may never know who built it until we dig up the remaining 95%. But one thing is certain, everything we know about our past is just a shadow of the truth. Because in the hills of southeastern Turkey,